All right, everybody. Hi, good evening. Take a bit of time, just a bit of time, few minutes, because there are 23 students, but we have drop-ins also, right? So that's the reason why take a bit of time. Now let's move on. I hope you've done your homework, but if you've not, like I told you, uh, because of some reasons, right? It's okay. Then we can do this together, okay? As mentioned to you also, if you go into you can access your lesson, lesson 28, right? So you can access that lesson. There are three ways to do this work. Basically, before lesson, you do your work, you try your best. Then when you can either type in the answers. If you type in the answers, somehow they can auto generate an answer for you too, right? But not all answers are given anyways. So that's why you come for tuition for a lesson, and then I can explain to you. That's number one way. The second way is you can print out the worksheet, right? You can annotate. Some people like to do that, so it's fine. Another way is you can download those inside your computer. You can write via XP Pen or you can write with your iPad. So it really depends on how you want to learn. All right. Okay. What is best for you? Okay, so let's go through things now. If you cannot finish, if you can't finish or you don't know how to do, right, then we can do together during lesson. Okay, what's going on in lesson 28? Let me see, Okay, maybe I do laser pointer, right? So we're gonna do the usual question of 1 to 5 will be grammar MCQs. 6 to 20 is comprehension close today. We're covering that. And then last one will be composition. As mentioned to you, how do you submit your composition? Submit your composition to 88 online. There's a number, WhatsApp number there, right? That WhatsApp number, you can also scan your work and WhatsApp to that number. And then people in that number is admin. So admin can forward to the relevant tutors. That's all. Okay, Ken? So, all right, let's move on. Answer all questions, type all answers in the given spaces. For the composition, we give you model essay also, all right, for your reference. Okay, so this is 88 house rules, everybody. It's not my rules, as I mentioned to you before. It is actually 88 tuition company rules, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I continue. It is compulsory to turn on your video, mute and mute your microphone. Please use the chat function if you like to do any of the following: ask a question, answer a question, share feedback. If there is anything urgent, please raise your hand and wait for teacher's permission to unmute yourself before speaking. If you need to be excused, go to toilet. Okay, go for a toilet break. Please inform the teacher using chat function and return ASAP. Be mindful to be respectful to all students and teachers in class. So far, most of you have been very good students, right? Very respectful, right? So keep up the good attitude, okay? So that we can all have a good, conducive environment to study in. Okay, let's move on. So today we're going to cover grammar MCQs. What about grammar MCQs? There's a lot of things about grammar, right? We learned prepositions before, we've done phrasal verbs, we did quite a number of grammar MCQs and different aspects of it. So every week we will look at one component. So this week's component, we're going to have a look at tag questions. All right, mostly tag questions. Then there's going to be comprehension cloze. All right, so how we do comprehension cloze, you need to write down all your clues, your arrows and your clues. That's why some people, they download the question paper and then they can annotate. You don't have to do that if let's say you are quite savvy using iPad and your XP pen, right? And then you can write your answers digitally. So it's fine. All right, so we move on now. MCQ. So we are doing this thing called tag questions. This you have done tag question from lower primary, okay? So it's just more of revision for you. Okay, yeah, hold on. So I go through now with you. You have never seen a monkey fight like this. So the word is have, right? So one positive and one negative, right? So you have never seen, right, a monkey fight like this. Have you? Haven't you? Did you? Didn't you? So, okay, most of you wrote down the answer C, okay? Have never seen, right? So this would be equivalent to not, isn't it? Equivalent to not. And therefore, your answer will be, I got several answer. Yeah, positive. Yes, the answer is C. All right. Because one is negative, one is positive. Think you, oopsie. Think you know that? So this is the negative, right? Hardly also, hardly, barely. Hardly and barely also will be considered as negative. So your tag question will be positive. Okay. So it will have you. All right. Can? So far so good. Huh? Not, barely, hardly. All right. These are some words that you can think about. You can take note of when you are doing tag question. Okay, as consider them as negative. All right, we move on next. There's no one in the basement hall. There's. So this means there is, right? So there is no one in the basement hall. So some question answer is negative. There is no one in the basement hall. So what's your answer? Well, you want to try? A, is it? There is no one in the basement hall. Is there? A. Okay. So let's check it out. Right? Is it A? Yes. Correct. Your answer is correct. Because of this, there is no one in the basement hall. Because of the word no, right? It's a negative. Therefore, this one will be a positive. Okay? So therefore, this will be your answer. Okay, so far so good. Quite straightforward. All right. You have seen all of the Barbie series. Oops. This is positive, and this one will be negative, and you have to use the have. So this two is out, right? So 7 answers so far. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, B. Yep. The answer is this. Cannot use this. Oops. Sorry about that. Cannot use this. Very sensitive. Cannot use this. This one will be negative. Oops. Because this is positive. And it's got to do with have. All right. Okay, great. So you understand it. Very nice. Very good. Next one, number 4. The patterns on the wall are not. Huh? Ooh, are not aligned. You must try and break it up, okay? Because this is negative, and therefore this one will be positive, right? Wow, 10. Okay, Ken. So this is, I don't want to write, because when I write, I don't know why, it's so sensitive, oh my God. Okay, this is negative. All right, so not. Huh? Okay, so this is positive. Okay, because of the word R here. All right, let's move, guys. Let's move. Yes, it is. It's very sensitive. I don't know why. Anyway, let's move on. Number 5, last one. You're doing very well, it seems, right? Yes, you're right. So basically, essentially, before we end, right? One positive and one negative, right? One positive, one negative, or one negative, one positive. Be careful of what you choose. When do you use did, right? The dog broke the glass window. So which one is it? Did they mention is? No, they did not mention is, but the dog broke the glass window. Didn't it? Did it not? Hold on, yes. Yeah, D. Wow, you're very, yeah, wow. Everybody wrote D. Wow, very, very fast. Okay. Yes, didn't it? So you see, this is this is something that you do, an action, right? So if it's got to do with an action, right? Wait, if it's got to do with an action, if it is, you know it isn't. Correct or not? Correct? If it's have, you know it's haven't, right? Etc. Right? So you have these keywords. But if there's nothing, usually if there's nothing here, right? So if there's nothing here, this is an action, you know. Correct or not? Did you do an action, right? So because it's an action here, therefore we consider the do, the did, or the does, right? Now, because it's past tense, correct? Therefore, because it's past tense, therefore it's did. He did it. The dog broke the glass window. He broke. So he did it. So because it's a did here, it's a positive, isn't it? You broke it. Naughty dog broke it, right? So the dog did So because it's a did here, so it's positive, and therefore your answer will be negative. Are you okay? So if let's say you don't have is, you don't have are, right? And then you don't have had, okay? You don't have has. All right? You don't have anything there. Then you go like, hey, which one do I use? Do I use is? Do I use are? What do we do? It's an action. It's an action that requires a do. You just do an action, right? Or yeah. So the do did does must come to play. And therefore your answer will be either did it, didn't it, don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So basically just like that. Correct. So I'm going to move on. Are you okay? Ken? So just remember, for all of you here, all right, if it is an action, just keep to do, did, and does. All right. If you notice something here, okay, so this one will be R, right? So therefore the answer is R. See, this is have, and therefore the base, it will be here. Are you okay, Ken? So I hope you understand. Yeah, so this one will be okay for you because your P5, these are things that you need to take note of and have a good foundation in. All right, so I hope you all can get 5.5 for this. Okay, so these are your answers. Number 1 is C, number 2 is A, number 3 is B, number 4 is A, number 5 is D. Okay, so please take note now. Hold on. Okay. All right, I'm going to go to my pen. Okay, Ken, next. Huh? Okay, we're not behind time, just nice. Comprehension cloze. Let's try. Okay, this comprehension cloze is about quicksand. Quite interesting, right? Quicksand. See, I want to make myself smaller, but I cannot. I don't know. You can see the word trap. This is trap. Okay, so we go through the words first. In many action-packed movies, it is not unusual to see characters trapped in quicksand. Later I show you. I think you know what quicksand is. If you watch movies, you know there are quicksand. I mean, stories to do with quicksand. Later I show you. Okay, these scenes give viewers the impression that quicksand is a very dangerous geological. If you have the A5 exercise book, remember, if you have an A5 exercise book, you can write down the meaning. If you don't have, then you should have one, right? So that you can learn vocabulary. If you print out, then you can write down, you can annotate it, right? So that you can remember the words that you learn here. Quicksand is a very dangerous geological feature. So it means earth physical structure, okay? Geological to do with, sorry, earth physical structure that can suck a person into the depths of is this Pang Yifang? Pang Yifang? Hold on. Sorry. Pang Yifang. Sorry, I just get out from you, okay? It's so difficult to get out sometimes. Just finding a name. Pang Yifang. Your name is not here, you know. This is a P5 group, okay? If you are dropping in, sorry about that. If you are dropping in, your name should appear here, right? Okay. So if your name is not here, it means that you have not told them that you are dropping in lah. All right. This is for P5. Okay. See if you're in the right group. Sometimes you're in the wrong group. Okay. Ken, thanks. Sorry about that. Okay, Ken, let's move on. I'm going through the difficult words now with you. All right. Can you hear me? However, reality, quicksand is not as dangerous. Another word for treacherous means dangerous. You can write down the meanings now. Treacherous means dangerous. Okay? As it is what in the movies. With the knowledge of properties of quicksand, sorry, I had to mute myself because it's too loud.